out there.
What's
Coming
going
back at
on,
you.
everybody?
Well, here we are, episode 9 of Horns Forward podcast. I can't believe we're already in 9. As you can see, we've got a very special guest today. DJ, take it away.
Yes, sir. So we got the man himself, young Simba, number 90, D tackle
Hey, hey,
for the
hey,
XFL
hey,
Brahmas,
What
and
up, man?
wait,
hey, 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 hey,
one of the
hey.
faithfuls, man. So pleasure meeting you, pleasure seeing you a few times actually
Yes,
at the game, man. Going off, doing your thing, and man, it's an honor, man, to have you on here. So you're a
Oh
good dude,
man,
yes.
man. Good dude.
feelings mutual.
Yes, sir. So I guess we'll kick it off, man, and just give us a little backstory about yourself. Where you from? College. Some of some of your favorite hobbies, some stuff you like to do in your free time, stuff like that. Just a
Yeah, man.
backstory, so people can know.
So I grew up in Tacoma, Washington, man. Born and raised since I was a little kid. Went to high school at Lakes High School. It's in Lakewood, a little city from Tacoma. And then I ended up going to junior college. So I went to Snow College in Utah for 2 years. Got my degree there, and I ended up committing to University of West Florida. Did 3 years there because of COVID, and then declared for the draft. Got signed by the Seahawks, and did a whole preseason there. Did my whole thing there, and then got waived and came to the Brahmas, man. And then we here.
Nice.
Yeah,
It's been a blessing, man.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Go ahead, Jake. Jay.
So you said you got your degree. What did you get your degree in?
So I have my associate science degree, and then I have sports science and my bachelor's degree.
Very nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So tell me, like, how was it coming to San Antonio? Like, even just for your first game, like, how was just the atmosphere? What did you get off of it?
Man, you guys are like the best fans I've ever seen, man.
Okay.
Like at any level, really, from the NFL to college, like you guys are great fans. Like just walking the Riverwalk, like I'm taking pictures. Like every left turn I make, man. This every store I walk in, every barbecue spot I go in, everybody's just like, "Hey, oh my God, you guys are the Brahmas!" Like for it being the first year, you guys having like a professional football team here, man, and the way you guys just are loving us and just always like we feel welcome. It was the best feeling. And you guys get the Alamo Dome rocking like that, man. The first game, running out that tunnel, man, that was one of the best feelings.
That's what's
I
up,
love
man.
it. I think a few of us got to experience towards the last few games of you guys running out. So it was even more
Right.
powerful for us, like being there when you guys are running out. Like I just felt so pumped up. It was insane.
So
Yeah, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it.
so can you talk about like the experience that you had from like NFL experience and then the XFL, like how they differ, how they the same, just like your experiences
Oh,
with
sure.
both.
Yeah, I was just talking with Heinz Ward before I left, man. I was just telling him like I had fun like playing in this league. Like I like football's a fun sport for sure, but in the NFL it's more of a business than anything else. And this, like, I got to just hang loose, man, and just play my game. I wasn't afraid of making any mistakes or anything like that. It was just, I had the most fun I had playing football in a long time. So that's why I really love playing it. And just the NFL, man, like, the only difference to me is just, the pay, There's a lot of talent in this league, especially in the front seven. A lot of gifted guys that can just go, So I expect all of us to get a shot at the next level. But I tell you what, I wouldn't mind coming back and playing again.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. I mean, I
Okay.
wouldn't mind watching. So
We would definitely love to have you back. So you being a defensive tackle, obviously San Antonio fans can get a little bit rowdy. Uh, how much energy did you get off of us getting crazy in the stands? Like, how much did that get you hyped up?
I was almost like surprised by how loud it got in the Alamo Dome. Like I was struggling to hear play calls sometimes. I was like, man, these guys. But like it helped us out in the long run because officers couldn't get their cadences down. I'm just like, man, like, my Alexa's going off, but like they couldn't get the cadences going and all that stuff. I was like, man, this is insane, straight up insane. So, man, let me go turn this on real quick. My fault.
Certainly.
Package delivered.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
There we go. But yeah, like I was saying, the atmosphere, man, the crowds, the best part was running out the tunnels and just hearing your name get called, and then all the fans go crazy. That was the best part.
I bet, man. I bet. We definitely enjoyed having you out there on the field representing, our fair city and just that fighting spirit that San Antonio is known for, man. So we definitely appreciate you.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, no doubt, man.
Oh, we got a
No
good
doubt.
question in here for you. What advice would you give an upcoming football player in high school, college players?
Okay, that's a great question. I get that all the time, like in my Twitter
Thanks,
DMs and
Kaya.
Instagram. The one thing I always say, man, is don't focus too much on the future of football. Whatever your goals and aspirations may be, you got to play in the moment. Because one thing I wish I can get my high school football playing career back. That was the most fun I ever had playing football. So I wouldn't say like have your mindset. I know everyone wants to play college football. Everybody wants to play professional football, but be in the moment. That's the best advice I can give because you don't get those times back. So just be in the moment, be coachable, do what you're told, and like the offers will come and the opportunities will come.
That's awesome.
So what was your I know y'all didn't really get an opportunity to come in because it was 5 games, so y'all only probably came here about 5 times because y'all was in Arlington. So the vibe and the experience and like the food and stuff like that. What was, because you from Tacoma, Washington, so that's different than
Yeah,
Southern food. So what you
yeah. Nah,
what's
we don't got no
what's that
barbecue
about?
like
What's
you
the
got.
difference between them two?
Man, it's night and day. I mean, I never really been a fan of the food in Washington anyway, so
Nice.
it was never nothing I was a fan of. So coming down to San Antonio and really just Texas in general, man, I love the barbecue is my favorite thing. I almost forgot the name of it, but I wish I could plug it in. But there's a barbecue spot on the River Walk, man, and I went to it every home game, every single home game. I wish I could remember the name of it, but man, I would
Trying to think
take.
of it.
It'd be me and the whole entire D line room. We would just go in there and we're getting.
I wonder
I
if
would
it's
get
who
the
they're affiliated
laid
with.
back ribs,
What's it called?
but it was man, it was.
Smoke?
I
Is
Smoke?
wish
it
I knew.
Smoke?
Oh, I think that is it.
I'm gonna figure
Oh
that's because they're
man.
affiliated.
Oh,
Smoke
I
is
think that is it.
affiliated with
Oh, it
them.
was
Yeah.
went every single time. It was so good.
Nice.
Well, let
What
me
about
ask you, what was your favorite part of this season so far? Like this whole experience. What was your favorite part?
Oh yeah, give us a moment.
Wow, there's a lot. It's hard to bring it down to one moment. I mean, no order. Just for one, just getting to know my teammates, man. These are some of the best guys I've met, and I didn't even get to know them for long, but it feels like I know them forever. Like my whole entire D line room, my D line coach, Coach Hines, Coach Porter. Like these guys are like family now. And I only know them for about 4 months now. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then secondly, like the fans, like I said, you guys are second to none. Even though the season didn't go how it was planned, like you guys showed up every single week. We had a home game, and it felt like just like these fans are here to ride for us, no matter we winning or losing. They're just here for a good game and support us, man. That was probably the best part.
Yeah. And so I gotta go back to the food, man. Cause it's
I
the
don't mind that. You know me.
it's the tacos, man. So what you think about the tacos? They
They're
said
fire. I mean, like I said, like I'm from Washington. We don't got the culture here is not that great. So anytime I can get my hands
Nice.
on tacos, barbecue, etc., I'm happy. I'm happy. But I know what you're talking about. You trying to compare it from LA tacos to San Antonio
because
tacos. I know what you want to do.
you closer. So I know you had LA tacos before.
Yeah, you gonna make a lot of people mad on this podcast.
You saying you telling us without saying it. You saying LA tacos better.
I don't
But
want
see,
to.
there's different sides of
It's
Mexico,
real
so that's
close.
hard. I could see it.
I could maybe see giving a little bit of leeway if we're talking about like Trejo's tacos or something like that. But otherwise, nobody's going to beat San Antonio for tacos. I'm sorry.
Oh,
See,
We
and I'm
showed,
not going to disagree with you.
yeah, we showed Arlington, we showed Houston. We know what tacos are all about down here.
No doubt. Your tacos are fire. I
No,
can't even hate.
but look, they killed me though because I told I'm from the city, I'm from DC, so they told me that a breakfast taco gotta have refried beans in it, and I hate refried beans.
That's not true, sir.
Yeah, that's
So the
not.
breakfast
No,
taco
I
don't
don't agree.
have. So what does a breakfast taco have?
Breakfast items in it.
It could be a lot.
They said it
Yeah.
got refried beans. That's what they said. They told me. I was like,
No,
nah.
like that's like your basic bean and cheese taco.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
they
I
have
don't think I
way
ever had
more.
a breakfast burrito with that.
Oh, okay, so I'm not. Well, I'm different, you know. But they do eat crazy stuff down here, so I'm different. You know, I eat the regular stuff, you know, but they eat all the crazy stuff. I be like, man, what is that? So
Yeah, you can
That's
put just
why I'd
about
rather.
anything in there.
Yeah, that's why I'd rather not tell you what it is until you've tried it, and then I tell you, like spicy
nah, you see, y'all be
ketchup. Because
trying.
like,
Nah.
what if you like it and you just didn't realize you like it? So
Yep.
So what was it like? I know I ain't gonna talk about the food no more. So what was it like being coached by Heinz Ward, man?
It was a dream comes true, really, because I grew up a Pittsburgh fan. Even though I'm from Washington, I know
You
I get a
another
lot of
one?
haters.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Who was
I'm
that?
so sorry.
Divine said he was a Steelers
yeah,
fan too.
Yeah, I grew up a Pittsburgh fan. I mean, I caught the end of Heinz Ward's career, really. I mean, I'm only 24. People don't really realize that. I always think I'm an older guy, but I'm only 24. So I caught the end of Heinz Ward's career and Joey Porter's career. But man, it was.
just a baby.
I don't know. What are you saying? He got more hair on his face than I do.
Hey.
No.
No, he's
But
seasoned.
nah, man, it was a blessing. Coach Hines, man, he did everything that we asked, man. He held it down for us the whole entire season. He was doing stuff a lot of coaches weren't doing that he didn't have to do just to keep us comfortable, man. That's why I have so much respect for him. And on top of that, he's a hell of a coach. So, I mean, guy's great. That's all I can say about him. His guy is just great.
Excellent.
Go ahead, Jay.
Okay. So there's been a lot of buzz about the teams traveling, from the hub in Arlington to, the host cities and then heading back and stuff. Is there any truth to the rumors about the winners getting to sit up front in the planes and the losing team sitting in the back, or
Hey,
is
it's
that
funny
just all
because
speculation?
Matt just tweeted. You tweeted that too. I saw your tweet about that. He was like, "How I feel,"
Crazy.
something about
Yeah.
going home in the same bus or plane or something like that. You
Yeah,
got them in
and I thought that was the craziest thing ever. But nah, when we went to Orlando and beat Orlando, we were still in the back of the plane.
Oh,
What?
Hey,
No special
yeah, we were
preference?
still in the back of the plane.
okay.
Man.
In
So
fact,
no
there
special.
was probably we were never in the front of the plane the whole entire season, just because it was always away games for us. We never flew to our home game, so we were always in the back of the plane.
Oh, y'all, because it was the hub is so y'all drove, like y'all took the bus here, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. So I guess the front of the plane was just the home teams, and y'all was always in the back.
Yeah, that's usually how they did it.
Oh,
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So
Go ahead, Jay.
I was just gonna say, did any of those rides heading back get a little chippy, like especially when Orlando lost, or anything with like Arlington or Houston or even DC? Did that ride get a little bit chippy on the way back?
Honestly, I was surprised at how friendly everybody was, to be real with you. Like when we
Really?
beat Orlando, we ate dinner together before we got on the plane, and like everyone was just socializing. It was actually pretty weird. I was like, we just beat these guys up on the field, and now we're all cool again. It was
Breaking
pretty
bread.
weird. I can't lie. It never really
Nice.
got out of hand. Even like no one was really a hothead. Like it was kind of weird. I was expecting it to be fights, to be real with you, but it never happened ever.
Really? Wow.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
that definitely speaks volumes to you guys and your professionalism for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely.
So from just another question, right? So from the time that you, I wouldn't say, well, you could say join the team. So it's the time that you joined the team from the time that you, well, the season ended. Like, do you see like how do you see yourself? Like you see as you have you improved? Like did this experience improve your game? Did it, like how can you
Yeah, no.
explain the experience? Because I remember the first time I seen you actually, I was at the luncheon, the team luncheon. You was at the table. We were just talking
Yeah.
like where you was from and stuff like that. Um, but like from that point or from when you've actually joined the team to the end of the season, like how can you say that your experience has whether changed for the better, whatever, the good, bad, whatever?
Yeah, no, I feel like I've definitely upped my game from when I came in from the NFL. I mean, that was one of my goals to come in here and just put on film that I could play at the level, That was one of my main goals. So I feel like based off the film that I have produced and put out there and the stats that I put out there, I mean, there's no shadow of a doubt that I definitely upped my game in my football knowledge. So, I mean, there's no doubt about it in my mind.
That's
Oh,
what
perfect. I have another question from one of our watchers. Are you receiving feelers from NFL teams, or if not, when does that usually start picking up?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm gonna try to say as much as I can without saying too much. But yeah, I mean, my agent's in contact with every NFL team. I mean, I could put it like that. Um, my film speaks volumes. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone knows I could play. So it's just a matter of time. I get an opportunity, whether I get signed, get a mini camp, or I get a camp invite. We're gonna see what happens. But I'm just living up to God right now. I'm not even. I just took a week off, man. I've been on go. I've been on go since last August. I mean, I did NFL and it went straight to training camp here. I mean, I've been playing football for like almost a year now, so I had to take a rest, ease up the body, man.
Yeah, Jay
But
back
yeah,
in here.
we're gonna see what happens.
Yep.
Man,
So
Jay shouting you out, man.
I
yep.
appreciate it.
So I'm just going to do a shameless plug. If you happen to get a call from a certain team up north called the Green Bay Packers, I sure would love that if you joined them.
Hey, I put it like this: I'll go to any team that's paying.
Hey,
Okay.
ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't
Okay.
nothing wrong with that.
I know these next coming seasons, like, man, I'm gonna have to buy jerseys from all these teams that I don't like, but I love my players. So we're gonna be supporting you no matter where you go. Even if we hate the team, we're gonna still be cheering you
Yep.
Speaking of
on.
jerseys, can we talk about that jersey price though? Is that not insane?
Straight
So
Let me
discount.
go. Let me go.
yeah, that's
Yep,
that's
yep.
Let
a
me
little
go.
bit of a yeah, that's a little bit of a sensitive subject because there's been a
Man.
lot of controversy with those jerseys and everything. Um, we pretty much
Hey, he
kind of
trying to get us
resolved
in trouble,
ourselves.
man. He trying to get us in trouble.
Yeah.
I
Well,
still bought it.
here's
I didn't care. I just did it
yeah,
anyways.
right. And here's the thing that we kind of all came to the general consensus on, right? That while the jersey price was really, really high, we know that it's going to support the XFL and XFL players and operations and everything. So, you know, the extra money that we paid for the jerseys, at least it's going to help, keep this going and, hopefully help give guys like yourself and others opportunities to, get that extra step to, get in or get back into the NFL. So,
Yeah.
it's probably not the greatest prices to pay, but it's worth it to support guys like you.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, that's a great way to put it. For real, that's a great way to put it.
Yeah. I don't care where it came from. I still paid it.
Yep.
I think we got one more for you, man, and we're gonna let you go unless they got anything else for you. So right, so this is going into the bye week. Then May 13th is the championship game. Arlington has been picking it up, man. Arlington has been picking it up. I know,
We're not
man.
allowed
This
to say that name on
we don't
here.
want to talk about
We
it, but
we've
God,
dubbed
It's
them
man.
a hole
it's
Texas.
yeah, it's the
A
a-hole
hole
team.
Texas. The
I
AO team. We do
didn't
not
say that.
follow.
I'm not trying to start no beef. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
I'm about to.
keeping it
AO
clean
team.
because
I
Thank you,
I
Doctor.
kept it clean.
I'm trying to keep it clean. You know,
I
but
kept it
Man, you
clean.
can't make this stuff up. You
Yeah.
can't make
hold on.
this
Look,
stuff
it's the
up.
Let me finish.
letter.
Let me finish. So we was almost close to getting in the playoffs, which I mean, you know what happened. We don't want to relive
We
that.
was close a couple times. If you really want to talk
I
about
mean, yeah, that's true. We keep it positive. You know. Go ahead, Jay.
100%. The best team did not get into the playoffs. That's what
Fact.
I'm gonna say.
Fact.
Period.
I love that.
Right.
You're right.
Period.
So yeah, like I said, Arlington started picking it up. You know, they beat the best team in the South. And now they on to the championship game. DC, we almost beat DC. We went toe to toe with DC. Abram Smith ain't come in here and go crazy, so that's good.
Nah, now me out there.
Yeah, we lost by 1 point. Yeah, and I know, right? See, there you go. But so now, who this is a question though. Who you got, man? Who you got? First of all, real quick, are you coming here for the championship game, or you staying in Washington?
I thought about it. I did think about it, but I don't want to see Arlington play.
Hold on. So if y'all come,
Right
can you tailgate?
right there.
Can you tailgate?
We're
If
on
Period.
the same page.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Period.
sure.
Okay, I ain't know the stipulations on y'all. You know, can you tailgate? Can you hang out with fans, stuff like that?
Oh no, my contract up. We can be buddies.
So you can come to the tailgate. I know Jorge would love it, man. He not in one because he's under the weather, but he would love it, man. His birthday is what, 3 days after the championship game? Yeah. So they doing some crazy stuff for the championship game.
He's got barbecue catered. He's got a lot of things going on.
Oh,
so your Mariachi Brahma has it all set up for championship. So if you come.
Yeah, if you come. Well, who you got though? Who you got?
On paper, DC is the better team.
Ooh, hold on. But
are you
let him finish? Let him finish.
Dang, that's crazy.
Oh no!
I just gotta go with DC.
Okay.
Just because I gotta go with DC. Just because we beat Arlington, and I saw who they were as a team. I saw who DC was as a team, and quite frankly, I don't think it's gonna be close. But they already played. I know it went down to the wire, but that's playoff football, though. You know, it could be anything.
That's true.
So
that's true.
But I got DC. I think they're gonna come in and take care of business.
Oh yeah, that's the best part of the game. Is like we have to stay till the very last. You just don't know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Well, and remember, the X factor in this game is going to be Perez. He wasn't with Arlington until the last couple of weeks. Now that he's there, he's making a big difference. So that really is going to change that whole team dynamic. So, I mean, it really is pretty much anybody's game at this point. Like, you know, there could be some.
That's playoff for you.
Yep, 100% playoff football. Anything can happen.
Definitely. But just for bragging rights, I just hope they don't win. I hope Arlington doesn't get this.
We're prepared with signs and stuff for this game. So.
Oh yeah.
We got some stuff going on.
Yeah, you know us. We like to diss. Friendly diss.
It'd be crazy to see a whole bunch of Brahma fans.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
You're 100% going to.
I'm going. So I'm going. They all going. Most of
all of us here at the podcast are going.
Oh, that's gonna be insane.
Oh yeah, and I'm still gonna be wearing my yellow. Period.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
You at our house. I'm sorry. You're just here visiting.
Hey, really though.
In our casa, so you just remember where they're at. Oh yeah.
Thanks.
The mariachi wanted us to tell you that he's going to be going with his anti-Arlington sign, so you're definitely going to see the hater crowd going on.
Oh yeah, I expect nothing less.
Well, I guess that's all we have for you, Matt. We appreciate you so much, and thank you just for an amazing season, laying it all out on the field. You guys have literally, put football. The love of football is like immense right now, and even when we were walking this Saturday, all dressed in like our Brahmas gear, it was like bittersweet. I'm like, we should be going to a game right now. What are we doing? It felt wrong on a level, but at the same time, it was a fun event. But we're here. We're gonna follow you no matter where you go. Your Brahmas family.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Thank you. That means the world to me.
Well, we definitely wish you all the success. If you come back, we'll definitely be here waiting for you with open arms. If not, again, we wish you the best of luck. And like Jackie said, we'll be rooting for you no matter where you land, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys having me on here,
Yes, sir. I
man.
got
All
your
right.
IG,
Yeah,
man. I
thank
got your
you.
IG, so you already know.
All right.
We locked
Yes,
in.
sir.
Take care, man.
Horns forward.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Horns forward, baby.
Bye.
On forward.
Another one down.
Nice.
He's so nice. I love
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
Yes.
I love it. So we can go straight into our agenda that we have today, and right on the top of the list. Originally it was Cone Watch, but now
Cone and Patrick Watt.
and
Yeah.
Patrick Watch. So
Now it's like
what do y'all
everybody
think?
watch.
I know.
Oh, this is the fun part of off season too, is just kind of watching them
Hmm.
kind of flourish. Like they're getting their next chance in some of these. So what do we think about Cone and his mini camp?
It's an opportunity, man. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
No, you go ahead, man. You
Oh,
started.
no, I was just saying that it's an opportunity. Everybody wouldn't mind an opportunity. So just the time for him to showcase his talents and see what he can do. I can say though, he is very accurate. I can say that he might not have the arm strength like a lot of other quarterbacks do, but he is very accurate. He can throw the money on it. He can throw the ball on the money. So and I call him Quez, but Jaquez Patrick, another opportunity. His chance to get back into the NFL. So we'll see, man. You got Denver.
So Cone is
Go ahead.
where at Seahawks.
Yep, Jack Cohn is Seahawks and Jaquez Patrick is Denver. So
Yep.
And that's like literally breaking within the past hour
yep, just new
or
breaking
so.
news. So we broke this on the pod, even though people already knew probably.
Yeah. So I will say 100% I agree with DJ that these are opportunities. It will be interesting to see how it plays out for Cone in Seattle. We know that Cone is definitely much more of a pocket quarterback. As long as Seattle, has a pocket, a good solid pocket for him to stand behind, he's going to light it up. It's going to be insane. If not, there may be some issues. He may have to work on, modifying his game a little bit, to be able to scramble a little bit more to kind of force that defensive line to stay back a little bit. But definitely, I mean, he's got a great opportunity here. So, rooting for him. Hopefully, he can kind of find his rhythm there, if that is in fact where he's meant to be. If not, again, a team where he has a really good, strong offensive line, so he can showcase his accuracy, as DJ talked about. In his college career, I mean, the guy was threading needles, and he was on the money every single time. So he was a great college quarterback. I'm sure that accuracy obviously is still stuck with him. And once he finds that right team, man, he's just going to light it up. And then Patrick's just a monster, man. There's going to be very few teams that would not. I mean, they'd be foolish not to take a look at him. And from what I mean, I have to go back and check my NFL stats, but there's definitely a couple of teams that need a good, solid running back. And so,
Oh yeah,
he's probably going to get several different looks from several different teams in the NFL. Denver's just the first stop on that ride, and I mean, who wouldn't want to play with Russell Wilson, right? So if he gets that opportunity, man, run with it. Have yourself, young man, have yourself a day.
Yeah, and I think they need a running back too. Actually, I don't even know who the running back is.
Yep, that's one of many.
Yeah.
Just don't go to the Cowboys, please, because I don't want to have to buy.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry. I mean,
You're gonna buy it anyway.
I will.
I think I agree with everything you guys say, and I also think he really needs to work on his slide, because that boy, the way he drops down sometimes after he scrambles, I worry for him.
Oh yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, even if it doesn't work out or pan out in NFL for either one of them, it'll definitely light a fire in them when they hopefully come back to our team. That they've got another season to really showcase what they got.
It's the chip.
So,
The chip mentality.
Yeah.
Chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Well, you're almost there, but not quite. Just that carrot.
54.
Almost there. Yep. So we could go into playoff breakdown. I know Jay and I didn't really get to watch it. We just kind of were yelling out
Yeah, I know.
score and time while we were hanging out. So you got to tell us
Oh
about this
man,
game,
so
Jay.
the
Tell us about this game.
Arlington did in
What in the
Houston. I mean, they
world?
started off
What in
strong.
the world?
They started throwing up touchdowns. I was like, oh my goodness. But I'm not surprised that much because it's Luis Perez, man. Like he is a legend, spring league legend. Him and Jordan Tayamo. So this is gonna be a good quarterback battle, but I wasn't surprised. And like you give him enough time in the offense, and I think that's like a perfect match for him because that offense is perfect for him. So I mean, he's looking like something, and it's better than the Luis we saw in Vegas for sure.
Mhm.
But I mean, hey, they making plays, man, and Houston wasn't making plays. Even I think
Houston got Wade Phillips.
they benched Brandon Silvers and they put Cole McDonald in. So
Stop.
yeah,
Yep.
so
Oh
it was
man.
over. Once that happened, I was like, oh yeah, it was over because Cole the offense is pretty much not made out for him. It's for Brandon
Yeah.
Silvers, but he's that type
Yep.
of guy that comes in and be like a De'Aaron King he's like the De'Aaron King for Houston that comes in, runs those short
Mhm.
yardages and do
Yep.
those play action plays and stuff like that. And what's them bootleg routes and bootleg plays and stuff like that. So but yeah, man, Arlington, they came to play. They wanted to win, so they did. And I mean, I don't know what Houston's gonna do, but like everybody was saying, like they start falling off towards the end. That's exactly what they did. You
Yeah.
can't have the
Well,
I
best
mean,
record.
they got Wade Phillips.
Man,
yeah.
you got the best record in the
100%.
South and don't even make it.
Yep. That's that Wade Phillips curse, though, man. You
Ugh,
can go
I've
back
seen
and
it. I've seen it.
look at his career, man. Most of the times when he falls apart the most is in the playoffs. And so I'm not saying the guy's not a good coach. He's a great coach,
Yeah,
but he's got the mal ojo on him when it comes to the playoffs. He just snake bit every time he gets in the playoffs. Well, I shouldn't say every time, but more often than not, he gets into the playoffs and something happens. Something goes wrong. They fall apart, from their game plan and they lose the game, and then so ends their season.
yeah,
But
but
so
they came to play though. Arlington came to play, so
mhm.
um,
Well, and there was a lot of talk about the unlikelihood of being a team 3 times in a row, right? And so there's
true.
something to be said about that. But yeah, Arlington definitely showed up. Luis Perez showed up, as you guys were talking about earlier.
Mm.
He had that chip on his shoulder. He was looking for a fight. He was ready to go.
He got his.
Yeah, and I don't think Houston was fully prepared for just how fired up Perez was going to be when he walked onto that field. And so he blacked their eyes quick, put them on their backside, and just ran all over them. So
Yeah.
That's all they did, and he was
Tell
throwing
you
some
what.
dots too.
but
So
yeah, let's talk about that
the DC.
DC Seattle game.
Ooh.
A
Ooh.
rainy game. I saw players
Yeah.
slipping. Seattle. Now, Seattle made some mistakes, a few mistakes actually with the
How many
penalties.
penalties? Like 12?
The penalties,
That
and
was
you got to think about
insane.
the drop passes too. Like they
Oh
number
yeah.
4, I think he
Ugh.
had like 3 or 4 drop passes,
There's
like
so many.
open passes too. So it was like a lot of those players slipping short of the first down, like trying to run their routes. It was bad. It was messy. But you got to remember it's a soccer field, so DC's on the soccer field and the grass is different. So plus with the rain,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, I saw the cleat
yeah,
guy
the
just
cleat they
running
actually
out with
they
the
actually interviewed the
coming out
cleat
with
guy.
the.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He's like, wait, it's a break, and he just like ran off with his little pad thing.
Yeah, so it was messy, but I mean it's DC, man. It's DC, and it's bad. It's sad that we were so close to beating them boys, man, and
Yep.
to see them in the championship game.
Ugh,
Um,
I know again
it's
here.
it was a game for and Danucci was definitely off. Like I saw a lot of passes. He was overthrowing. He just was like running out of the pocket.
Yeah.
Offensive line wasn't giving them a lot of time, but DC's defense and they was blitzing a lot, so they had Seattle's offensive line looking crazy out there. So, but
So
hey, DC walked away.
let's talk about that DC blitzing. Did you guys catch the part where the DC defensive coordinator came and
And
found
Greg
the
Williams.
sideline interviewer.
Greg
You saw
Williams.
that?
Oh, he said something. What did he say? He said something smart.
He
Oh,
he,
like yeah, like the dumb question you asked me earlier or something like
mhm.
that.
he
Oh
said he
man.
said, "Hey, did you notice that's 5-1?" And Greg Williams is like, "What do you mean 5-1?" He's like, "That's 5 blitzes to one defensive coverage play." So I guess that answers your dumb question from earlier. Something to that
Yeah,
effect. Totally,
he
totally
had
got in his
so much
face, man.
sass.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
and then he
I
just
was like,
walked
what?
off, man. Like totally punked him and
Yeah,
walked off, man. That
it was
was
so funny.
that was classic. And that's a kind of good representation of that kind of XFL vibe, right? Like that fight in the players, that having that kind of drive, that kind of hunger, having it instilled in the players from the coaches. That's what's going to make a difference for a lot of these cats. If their career, ends here at the XFL, or if it continues on into the NFL, right? Kind of having that attitude, that swagger, that chip,
Yeah.
like you guys were talking about earlier.
Yeah. And that's what the coach said. Like he was saying, they asked him about the team, and he was just like, they bought in, and that's all you had to do is just buy into what they selling, and the team bought in, and now
Hmm.
look at them in the championship game. So
Yep.
hey, Coach Barlow.
Yep.
Well, that kind of brings us into Arlington versus DC. What do we think? I mean, the trophies pretty nice. I like the trophies that they got, and the championship one looks pretty cool. I mean, I like
I
it.
thought the division championship trophies was kind of plain, but the champion,
Really?
yeah, it just had the little black little platform and then the little football. That was it. But the championship one has the X in the middle. So
Yeah, it has the X in
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I think the championship trophy is it's okay. It's different. Definitely, it's different.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, what do you think? What do you think about the battle? What are your predictions?
hey, I told y'all a couple weeks ago. I told y'all. I said, watch Arlington. Don't be. I told Jorge. I was like, don't be surprised if Arlington win.
It's
And
you manifest these
no, I'm
things.
just
You
saying.
sometimes
Like
have to
I
just
know
keep your mouth
we
shut.
no. I put two and
You
two.
do this a
I
lot.
put two and two together. We were talking about how Houston falls off the cliff, and then Perez was playing good. So they was. I had a feeling Houston defense
Well,
haven't been pretty shut down. Like people been putting up points on them. So it was not like
right.
they going to shut down. Like our defense was still the best in the league. So I can kind of speak for that. But I
But
mean,
on the same token, the same argument can be made about Bob Stoops' coach team. Stoops has the dropsies when it comes to playoffs too. You know, so from a coaching standpoint, we can talk about who's the worst playoff coach. Phillips or Stoops. Both of them have issues when it comes to the playoffs. I think the key factor that we're looking for here with Arlington was them adding Perez. Once they added Perez, then
yeah,
they made themselves relevant again.
yeah,
But here's the thing, right? It is going to be Perez and his legendary status against DC's defense. And then as long as DC can shut Perez down, then Tamu can walk all over him all day long, right? Because Arlington's defense is good. I don't think they're good enough to stop Tamu, though. So it's really going to come down to if DC's defense can stop Perez and not allow him to get on a hot streak. Because once he's on a hot streak, that's it.
that's it.
It's over.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
I
not
mean,
going to stop him.
yeah, it's definitely going to come down to which quarterback performs better and which defense could stop the opposing quarterback. But you got to remember, man, they took him to overtime in DC. So I guess this is a neutral place. So DC is undefeated at home, but this is a neutral place. So I don't know.
Yep.
Arlington is on the up. They on the uphill, and DC's defense isn't. I don't know. It's shaky, man. And I've been seeing that for the last few weeks. As far as like the secondary and stuff, it's kind of shaky. If you could get past that line, the D line, the secondary, it's kind of shaky. So I don't know if I
And I
don't
Yeah.
know
know,
if I don't know if DJ Swearinger could be a game changer this game. So I don't know. We'll see.
yeah, and I get a lot of slack from Jorge because I feel conflicted because I'm like I want a Texas team to win it, like that would be ultimate. but then it's Arlington,
Yep.
and we want to hate Arlington. And I'm like, what? It's almost like my whole NFL, like the name I shall not name from the Patriots at one point. Like, how do I? And then they were playing the Eagles, which is my mortal enemy. Like, who? What do I do? That I hate something on both. Like, so like I would love the Texas team to win, but dang, but why them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm very conflicted. I hope it is a showdown though, because I'll be there and I want to see a good fight.
It's gonna be.
I've watched our boys this whole season, and now we're gonna watch two totally teams that aren't ours and see them battle out. So it's a little weird.
It's gonna be a good game, but I think she keep talking about, is that a he or she? Valentine Robles?
Valentin,
Yeah.
he's from the Banditos.
Oh, okay. He talking about. Oh, that's why he's an Arlington fan. Okay, but I got DC. I don't know what he talking about. I got DC.
Well, I mean, a little bit of a, connection for you from, XFL 2020 for the DC team.
Yeah.
I just think they're a better team, though. Honestly, like I just overall, like in every aspect, they a better team.
I
Better
think
QB play, better running back play. Wide receivers is better. Defense is
I
better.
think they're a more well-rounded team.
Yeah.
I think they have a little bit better players at key positions. Plus, they've got Tamu, and Arlington has Perez, and then pretty much everybody that was there before. So I don't. I think there's too many X factors for me to comfortably say one way or the other. So I'm going to play it safe, and I think it's going to be a great game. It's either going to be, I think it's going to be a close scoring game, but I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty high scoring game, like as in over 20s.
That'll be fun to watch.
Oh, over 20. I can see over 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you've got two quarterbacks that can really sling, and if those wide receivers can break free of the coverage, then you're taking it to the house, right?
Yeah.
Unless you get some weird phantom, Charlie horse or cramp or God forbid tear an ACL or something somehow. If you can break coverage, man, on a deep route, you're going. So I think it's going to be a high scoring game, and I think it's too close. If DC's defense does show up and can contain Arlington, then it's going to be all DC all day long. But I don't know that that's going to happen. I mean, DJ, you were saying it yourself, that DC's defense has been a little shaky lately, and they're not showing the dominance that they had previously in the season. So we'll have to see what happens with all that. And
For sure.
in the meantime, we're going to be having a great time tailgating and representing our San Antonio Brahmas. And even though we're not in our house, it's still our house.
Well, facts.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag
Period.
So that kind of brings us into championship tailgating. So for those that are coming down to San Antonio, we do definitely tailgate. We do party. We are there early when gates open. Lot B, you can always find us by the Mariachi Brahma himself, usually wearing his sombrero. But you'll see us there partying it out, loud music, all of that good stuff. We do have the Mariachi Brahma has set up a lot of special things for this championship to show just how we party, how we, invite all. He has catering from where are we getting catering from? It's barbecue.
Orlando's barbecue.
Orlando's barbecue is catering the event. He also has mariachis coming out for an hour. So a lot of fun things happening. Even if you just walk around Lot B, everyone's very welcoming, lots of games to play around. People give out prizes. So you're definitely going to feel the hospitality during the championship tailgate. So come on out, have some fun.
Could you say that this is going to be another puro pinche party?
Yeah, puro pinche party, for sure. That is for sure. And that also brings us into what happens the day before the championship game is our super show.
Oh, yes.
Mega show.
super mega exciting
Super
show.
mega extravaganza.
Each week we're gonna add a new word to it.
Super mega ginormous incredible
Extravaganza.
extravaganza party extraordinaire super
Oh
show.
my gosh. So it is gonna be at Alamo Beer, and I don't know the address off the top of my head, but how many podcasts do we have all together? It's like 5 or 6 so far. From literally all over the US.
I think 6.
Well,
Do you know
who
them
all's
all?
going to be there?
Yeah, who all's gonna be there since you counted?
Oh, us, Smoking Guns, B-Hawk Live, X-Fan Show, Rough 'em Up, 05. I'm missing one?
I don't know if there's more. There may be more. I
That's
know
all I'm tracking.
that's all I think of right now. But yeah, it's the fun starts at 6. We welcome all to definitely come out and hang out and
Vibe,
drink
some beer.
Yeah, if Jorge was here, he'd be popping his beer already.
Oh, and one Orlando fan. Supposed to be.
Yeah, one lonely Orlando fan, to be specific.
So what's the name of his podcast?
Let
let the guard down.
Oh,
Let our guards down.
That's wrong, DJ. That's wrong.
What's that? Stand guard, because their little motto is like stand guard. So they let their guards down. They only got what, 1 win?
Is that all they got? Was just one?
1 win. 1-9.
My Atlanta.
And who was it against though?
Hey, the team we lost by 1 point to.
Yep.
Donna put the address up for us here. So yeah, if you want to come out to the super mega excellent huge championship super show, we'll be at Alamo Beer, 202 Lamar Street, 78202. It starts at 6. But yeah, come out and hang out and just hang, oh yeah, there's gonna be karaoke afterwards also. So drinking, podcast, karaoke. I heard DJ was gonna do a special song.
Who?
Your name is DJ, right?
Gonna do what?
Did you have a karaoke song that you were telling me about?
Absolutely not.
I will
be in the Alamo basement.
I'm gonna sign up his name.
I knew it was coming. I would
be in the Alamo basement for that.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm literally gonna sign you up. Oh yeah, he's gonna be singing some Taylor Swift.
Oh, Jason. He said Jason gonna be singing Taylor Swift.
Who's singing Taylor Swift?
You.
Ain't nobody said nothing about no Taylor Swift.
He did. Jorge said you gonna be singing Taylor Swift.
Oh, I couldn't even get Jason to dance. So that kind of brings us into like our last topic of the night was Fiesta Flambeau experience. I know DJ was a punk and didn't show up. Period.
He was in bed already.
It was past his bedtime, like it is right now. He's probably going to bed right now.
Yep.
Hey man. I got kids.
So
how did you feel though, Jay? You were tired. How long did we stay out in the parking lot, Jay? 5 hours? 6 hours before we actually started rolling?
Yes, Ruth. Get her, Ruth. She's bothering me.
At least 5.5 hours, because we didn't leave until like 9:30. Okay.
Oh, the myth, the legend himself.
That Flambeau parade. I'm still recovering from it, which is why I'm not on the podcast and why I feel like crap. What's up, everybody?
That's
the man.
That's some gravelly voice right there, boy.
Yeah, look at this hair. I mean, you could tell, and like these droopy eyes. I'm hurting right now, y'all. But yeah, let's talk about it. I'll be on here for 10 minutes to talk about the Fiesta Parade with y'all since I was there.
Let's definitely talk about it then. So Warren just made a comment there about the crowd being super pumped. The crowd was phenomenal. From the moment we hit Main Street coming out of San Antonio College parking lot all the way pretty much until the very end, there was always some section somewhere that was either getting hyped up when we got there or got hyped up when the mariachi himself decided to get the crowd hyped up. And I definitely want to talk about that because there's a couple of pictures floating around on the internet that I think are worth celebrating here. Um, our man, Jorge himself, when we were walking down the street, we noticed that a couple of sections weren't getting as hyped up as we'd like them to be. So we hatched this brilliant scheme to have Jorge go interact with the crowds and get them hyped up. And man, did they respond. Every section that he ran into, right, whether it was jumping up on a couple of chairs or going up into the stands with the fans, he would just get the crowd just rabid, fired up. And it was a thing of beauty to watch him work, man. So Jorge, great job. I know you burnt yourself out doing that, but it was 100% worth it, man.
And all of that while wearing a full mariachi traje and my snakeskin cowboy boots. And surprisingly enough, everyone said, "Man, your feet are gonna hurt." And I'm like, "No, they're not. They're fine." And my feet didn't hurt, but that's what happens when you spend 4 years living on the King Ranch. You get used to wearing cowboy boots. So,
True.
yeah.
Although I did tell you about the Ariat insoles, man. Look into them.
Yeah, I've had some of those. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think Jackie left so she don't catch whatever I got going on here. But one little blooper highlight reel. So for those of you who there she goes. For those of you who so those of you who were there may have seen it. I did fall from a couple of chairs because I missed my leg jumping. Though I mean they're flimsy little folding chairs, so I did fall a couple times, which was fine.
Oh my Lanta!
But it was a stumble. It wasn't even a fall.
But a little blooper highlight reel if y'all were watching on KSAT, they called it the XFL stands for the Extra Fun League, and I figured out.
Oh no, the Brahmas.
Oh yeah, they also misspelled it. We're the Brahmas.
Brahmas. I felt very Hawaiian.
But I felt like the rocks from Hawaii and there's a whole Zoa thing, so maybe they were going for the Hawaiian.
Absolutely not.
But
autocorrect.
But
period.
They called it the Extra Fun League, and then I was like, where are they getting this from? Like, I don't understand. And I realized that if you type in on Google XFL meaning, the first thing that pops up and gets highlighted is the NFL was known as the Known Fun League, so Vince McMahon said the XFL was the Extra Fun League.
It's definitely a Vince McMahon thing.
Stuff from like 2000 XFL, XFL 1.0, and I think that's what they were doing when they were like looking up the information real quickly, because that's the only place I could find it, and I was like, that makes sense. Like, if they're not familiar with it, they're just gonna Google what does XFL mean, and that's the first thing that pops up, Extra Fun League. But I mean, let's be real, it was extra fun. It is more fun than the NFL, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Think it's probably like I won't blame her. Somebody probably like slid that paper to her. She had, oh my gosh, she probably didn't do her research. It was probably somebody else that did the research to be like, here you go, here's the float stuff.
Let's just say the name that they gave it is the name that you would expect to find on a Chinese bootleg jersey. So that's understandable.
So let's talk about that real quick, because there's one thing I forgot to mention to you guys. While we were out walking around, everybody that we ran into was, cheering on, saying, "Yay, go Brahmas!" And I mean, we're screaming, "Go Brahmas, go!" and doing all that stuff. I found the one person in the crowd that called us Brahmas, and I just about dropped my flag at that point.
They went to MacArthur.
Yeah, I was like, "Are you serious, Brahmas?"
What is a Brahma?
So
the Brahmas are actually the name of the MacArthur high school team.
Oh, Brahmas.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they went with Brahmas. Their pronunciation of it spelled exactly the same, but they chose Brahmas, and that's always been it's a Northeast ISD thing. And
same thing in Kingsville. In Kingsville, HM King, they are the Brahmas, even though it's spelled exactly the same as Brahmas. When I moved there and I live there, everyone who's from there is quick to correct you. They're like, it's Brahmas. not Brahmas. And I'm like, where's the Y? And so now that we have the San Antonio Brahmas, I always go back to my Kingsville friends, and I'm just like, so who's right, y'all's little high school or the Rock in this multi-million-dollar league? Just saying.
Well, and if you go back to the second meet and greet with Coach, when I believe Reinagel was there, he asked Coach Ward about it, whether it was Brahmas or Brahmas, and Coach himself said the team name is San Antonio Brahmas. So we definitely want to, no offense to MacArthur or anything like that. We're not trying to horn in on your action. We're not trying to steal you guys' thunder, right? We're doing our own thing. We're the Brahmas. So San Antonio Brahmas. So, but I'll stop beating that dead horse now.
Yeah, I'd say the parade, I think it just ran a little bit slow. I think we finished maybe around 12:30 or so.
It was late.
Well,
I mean, it
our
was.
We were
track
towards the end.
Yeah, and I mean, we were one of the last floats, and
well,
I think the hardest part though was me and Jay and a couple other guys. We were all walking from basically where Children's Hospital is in downtown back to San Pedro Springs and Sac where we parked.
Y'all walked?
Oh yeah, we walked.
Yeah.
We didn't have a ride.
Oh my
So
gosh.
like we didn't there was no way we were gonna get an Uber down there because there's no way to get an Uber like with the roads blocked off or anything. So we're like, we're just gonna hoof it. We're gonna walk. So we walked. The only problem is that during the parade, you got the adrenaline pumping, you got the fans going, you got jumping up on chairs and bleachers, and then after the parade, all the adrenaline wears off, and the only thing you got are people that drive by in their car where they see a guy dressed with a Captain America shield, a guy with a wrestling belt, a mariachi, a couple regular guys with a backpack cooler full of beer, and just mouthing
they just left the strip club.
yeah, like what in the heck is going on? And you're walking down a random
strippers.
street at 1 a.m.
Who
in
ordered
San
strippers?
Antonio. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
like and
we
I'm like,
literally looked like a bad rendition of the Village People.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
I will say my experience was just a tad bit different because I was sitting pretty. I was a little pretty princess sitting on the float. So
Yeah,
I got to
queen.
see. No, I was with the real queen bee, Mrs. Hines Ward herself. But
That's true.
I will say I had so much fun, just like the amount of grown men that fangirled when they saw Coach. The funniest thing I've never seen and heard grown men squeal so much, like they were seeing a star. It was so funny. I'm just thinking, like, y'all don't know, he's just so humble, like. But I think that was my funnest part, and I think the second part was before we were kind of coaching Coach on what to expect because this was his first parade. Yeah, so I told him, like, this is how you show your shoes, and I even made a noise. I was like, you got to make your calf hard and everything. So when they were asking him, I could hear him go every time he would pop his leg out. And it was so cute though, but like he had like the amount of fun. I think he was the one that was literally shaking the float because he was dancing so much. It was just so fun to watch him, like just see all the fans and like just people praising him and just excited to see him. But even for us, I thought it was just really cool. He was just hanging out. Like he was just right there hanging out, and I was trying hard not to fangirl out, but
you did good.
I told him, I'm like, I've been waiting for. I sat in the corner for a hot minute.
Sat in the corner.
And I was like, I finally went. I'm like, I did. I sat in the corner of the float for a long time. Donna and I were there. I'm like, they told us not to go mess up. Look at all the men over there just crowded around him. But he was willingly giving out stories and stuff. But I eventually went over there and I told him, like, hey, have you talked to Danny about your Coach Capri line yet? Like, I literally get excited to see you every game and see what capris you're wearing because they're so dope. Like I love your style. But he just laughed, and I was like, I'm gonna write her a letter and just tell her, like, I see you got some new lines coming out. When's Coach gonna get his Capri line coming out? Because we all want them.
They're
So
comfortable.
let's talk about the Coach clothing line. Because I'm going to admit
He doesn't
something.
have one yet.
No, but I'm going to admit something to all the fans and you guys here too. I did fangirl out a little bit myself when I saw Coach's shoes. So I'm sure there's some
Oh yeah,
pictures.
he has the same shoes that we have,
Well,
the Under Armour ones.
yeah, but his were custom made by Under Armour and
Custom,
shipped
yeah.
like overnight, waiting for him here when he got here to San Antonio. And they are like the flyest, Brahmas shoes I have ever seen.
Yeah, they're spray painted or something.
I believe there are some pictures floating around somewhere on the internet. I don't know where exactly they are, but if you get a chance, try and find those shoes and look them up. They are insane. And I literally walked up to Coach, after, we hung out with him for a couple of minutes and then, left him alone for a bit. Went back up to him and I was like, Coach, I got to ask you, man, where'd you get them shoes when they hit in the market? Because I'm ready to buy them right now. I was like, I don't even care if they fit my feet. I'll buy those shoes right now. And he said, custom made, Under Armour and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, go talk to your people at Under Armour then and get them on the marketplace so we can buy them all up because they're that dope. So
yeah, they're basically the same. The yellow shoes I have, but I think he said those ones were the white ones and they spray painted them. Yeah, that they turn into like a slide. And I was like, aren't they comfortable, Coach? He's like, yeah, they're real comfortable. So,
But
it was fun.
I'd say the people I was most surprised to see fangirling over Coach, and DJ probably is most familiar with them with all the time he's been in the basement. The Alamo Guard. How they have armed guards at the Alamo 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had the Alamo Guard there, and when we walked past them, they're like, "There he is! There he is! There he is!" And I walked up to one of them and I was like, here's the flag, man. Wave it for Coach. So I gave him one of them the flag. And, man, he waved that thing so proudly, the Brahmas flag, just to get Coach's attention. And I have never seen the Alamo Guard be that casual about anything because they are like, if you step in the wrong spot and take a picture, they will, like, come and tackle you. Like, but that was awesome to see them. Like, they had that reaction that Coach Ward and the Brahmas brought out of them. They were, for a second, they were regular people like us. They weren't on duty, per se, for just a few seconds.
Yeah, they're a pretty serious group, and just to see them cut up and just relax a bit and just be fans, it was a phenomenal thing, I'm sure. So,
well, this brings us to the top of the hour. It's a wrap, guys. We hope you guys enjoyed our special guest today. Just to let you know, we've got more things up our sleeves for the next few podcasts. So if you haven't liked and followed us yet, please go on Facebook, like us, follow us so you can stay up to date with all the information.
Even if you're on Twitter, we're on Twitter now.
Oh, yeah, we're on Twitter. We'll be on Instagram very shortly. So just look at our page. We'll update it to make sure it has all of our handles and everything so you can join us. Oh, wait, Jay got something.
I heard rumor that we might be doing a MySpace page. I'd like to know more about that.
I don't know.
Continue, Jackie.
Well, other than that, guys, thanks so much. And you guys have a great night. We'll see you later in the week.
Going forward, everybody.
Going forward, everybody. Love you.